Hello, it's Kristen Bryant. Today I want to show you a card using the Changing Leaves bundle. It's one of our new online exclusives that is more than just for fall. I really love that we have a hybrid embossing folder with it, so you can use it just to emboss, or you can emboss and cut all at the same time. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you how to do it. All right, so here I have the Changing Leaves bundle. This comes with the stamp set, which has some great greetings on here. And it comes with these dies. This goes with the embossing folder. And these ones here, I'm gonna use these two in just a little bit. So I'm gonna set those aside. And for the embossing folder, you can put this in and go through just like you normally would, or you can have it with this, and you can cut out at the same time, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna be showing that in just a little bit. So for the card that I'm making, we're gonna start out with Crumb Cake. I like to use Crumb Cake a lot. It's just a nice neutral color that you can do a lot with. We're also, I didn't show this yet. This is the Pumpkin Pie ribbon. It's kind of mostly vanilla, and then it's got a pumpkin pie line through it, kind of a dotted line, which is fun. And these are brand new too. These are Pecan Pie and clear, what do they call those? Ribboned adhesive back dots. There's a little, I don't know if you can see, there's like kind of some lines or dots in there. They're sparkly too. So these are a great addition to our embellishments. I just love when we have fun embellishments. The first time through with this embossing folder, I'm going to do just a piece of Crumb Cake. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. This is the size that I often just put inside the card so that you can write on it, but I'm gonna put this on here. With this one, I'm just gonna have number 1, this, and then this top plate here, number 4. I'm gonna push this through, and you can see just the really pretty deep texture to these leaves. You can see all the little veining and texture on there. Love it. All right, I'm back, and I have a 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 piece. It was all of a sudden raining really loud here, so I just stopped the video. So I like to do 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 because it gets me the 3 leaves with those dimensions. Now this fits in snug, like once you're in where it's gonna cut, it just fits in perfectly. And then this is the edge that cuts. So then I'm gonna set this on those 3 leaves. There are other leaves on here too, but it only, it cuts these 3 larger ones. So again, I have the base plate for the stamp cut and emboss machine, and then I'm just using this piece on there. And it will cut and emboss it all at one time here. And I think you're gonna really like what it does. It's so pretty, love these. So these pop up really easily. And so you can see it's got the texture there. I just think they're just beautiful. Now I'm only gonna be using one of these for the card that I'm making, but I just have a pile of many of them. And so I'm just gonna have them on hand when I need cards. So I just have a little pouch that I stick those in. And you know, you could also cut out, like on one, I cut out just this leaf. So if you wanted, you could do some other sizes when you're doing that too. But it does die cut these 3 bigger ones. I'm gonna set that aside, and I am going to, before I put this away, I'm going to go back to what you would typically do, put number 2, and then an acrylic plate. And then I'm gonna take, these dies are from the die set, because I want to add a few more leaves. So I'm doing some leaves that are stamped, some leaves that are just die cut, and some that have the embossing and the die cut. So I'm going to do this one on Crumb Cake, and this is in Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to put this through. You definitely use your cut and emboss machine a lot with this card. And actually I have to show you one more thing that I used it for too, in just a second here. So this likes to stick in. You can just put a little, our paper snips have those, that nice tip that's perfect for getting these started. So you can see it's just really a delicate leaf there. And then I have this one, and I'm just gonna, you could also use the brush for these, but I'm just poking it through quickly. If you don't have that nearby, you can always just do this. All right, so I'm gonna have these little Mossy Meadow parts all over. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I end up carrying these little things around the house with me. But I love the detail to the leaves there. You can see how that looks. So this is Mossy Meadow. Now I am done with this. Ahead of time, just because I didn't think you needed to watch me do one more thing. This is a timber, it's called timber embossing folder. I'm gonna see if you can see a little bit better. It just looks like wood grain. And I did Mossy Meadow wood grain just ahead of time. I didn't think you needed to sit and watch that. So I'm gonna take my card base here and just fold this in half. And then I'm gonna have this piece go right on there. So it's crumb cake on a crumb cake. And again, this one is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it's just a 1/4 inch smaller on all the different sides. And I'm gonna take this timber piece. This is 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. And I'm just gonna have this over on the edge. Just add some color onto there. Now I am going to stamp. I like to have a piece of paper under because I'm going to be using the larger stamps. Look how huge this is. And I'm using Pecan Pie for the middle, for this large one. And so I'm just going to put this on like that. I'm only using a little bit of it. And then I'm going to use Crumb Cake for the other 2 leaf images. These, I'll show you here, these come in the stamp set. So I'm just gonna fill the area. And where's my last? Oh, here it is. I really like all these leaves, so I want to include them all. So again, this is Crumb Cake and Pecan Pie for the ink. And so this is what I have. This is 1 3/4 by 4. And I have a pecan piece that is 4 1/4 by 2. So again, I just went down 1/4 of an inch so that it leaves a little border around the edge. So I'm now going to adhere this onto my card front here. So I'm going to just stick this so it's over a little bit like that. And then now this piece, I used my, it's embossed and die cut. So I'm just going to set this, kind of just set the backdrop there. Now, since this is sewed, I could get adhesive all over when working with a piece like this that is so open. So I like to do it over the top of my Stampin' Dimensionals, and it makes it so that you don't end up with it sticky all over. So I'm gonna now put this like this, and I'm gonna finish with this little piece. This little piece looks like it could almost be coral if you have wanting to do a sea themed card. It can be for greenery or sea, I think. And then I'm now gonna take a little bit of this Pecan Pie. And I'm gonna use glue dots. So I'm gonna do 1 dot to close it. And then another dot to fasten or to adhere it to the card. So I'm just gonna go just like that. So this is where we're at so far. Now there's a few greetings in the stamp set. I'm gonna choose just the thank you for this card. So I'll just stamp it right there. This is a 1/2 inch piece. And I'm just gonna snip the edges here, just like that. It's less than 2 inches and then by a 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna finish with dimensionals. Pop these up on top. And I'm just using the regular dimensionals. You could use the smaller ones too if you wanted. Oh, there's more thunder. I'm just gonna keep it going. I had no idea it was supposed to rain today. All right, so here is the thank you. And then I'm gonna finish just by adding a few of these embellishments. So I'm gonna take, I'm just gonna use the pecan pie. So I'm gonna, oh, now it's stuck to there. There we go. Stick this just on the edge of the thank you, and then I'm gonna grab the bigger one. Oh my goodness, I'm having trouble with this today. It's working earlier. All right, and then I'm just gonna stick this one just kind of up there. So I'm just using 2, just adds a little bling to the card and just kind of a fun thank you. And it shows several of our products, 2 embossing folders. It shows the whole Changing Leaves bundle, our pecan pie ribbon, lots of great things in here. And I encourage you to get this Changing Leaves bundle. I am going to be featuring it in my Stamps in the Mail, which starts this month. And so if you join, it's $43, and it's a 3-month, $43 a month. And the first month you get the bundle. And then I designed 4 cards, which this is one of them, and you get to make 2 each of those 4 cards. Next month you'll get a different stamp set, and you'll still be making some of these. In the end, you will have 12 different cards that you make, and then you get to make 2 of each of those. So I have more details on that. If you'd like to find out more, just leave me a message. But I am really having a lot of fun playing with this Changing Leaves. I hope you get time to create today and be an encouragement to someone. Don't just make the cards. Take time to write a note and send it out. Have a great day.